will now be held on a weekly basis. Aside from allowing us to comment on issues as soon as they arise, a more frequent schedule will also afford us the time and place to discuss special topics such as reforms being initiated by the Department of Budget and Management. I have invited Science and Technology Secretary dela Pena to today's session for this reason. The DBM and DOST are collaborating on a program that intends to make use of the developed technologies by DOST for DBM monitoring of government projects. We call it Project DIME, or Digital Imaging for Monitoring and Evaluation. Last year, our agencies conducted an initial monitoring of sample projects such as the DNR's National Greening Program, the National Irrigation Authority's National Communal Irrigation Systems, and the Health Facilities Enhancement Program by the Department of Health. Through Project DIME, we will be able to track the speed of implementation and actual physical accomplishments of government projects in real time. And so you will read more about this project on the press release that will be distributed later, but it will be explained to you by our Undersecretary. Aside from Project DIME, there's only one more item on the agenda, and this has already been released to you last Monday, and this is regarding the recently released 24.5 billion. This is in the form of cash subsidy to help us alleviate the possible impact on inflation of the tax reform program. So they call it tax reform cash transfer. The subsidy, which is intended to mitigate the temporary increase in prices owing to the implementation of the tax reform program, will support the bottom 50% of households, or approximately 10 million households, identified by DSWD based on the list of beneficiaries registered in the National Housing Authority by the National Housing Targeting System for Poverty Reduction, or LISTAN. Now, beneficiaries will receive their total annual entitlement of 2,400 pesos per year, or 200 pesos per month on a one-time basis. So this is for the four-piece beneficiaries. This will be distributed this month. Next year, the entitlement will increase to 300 pesos per month for a total annual grant of 3,600. Okay? This is intended, as I said, for the temporary increase in prices due to the tax reform. So this will be 3,600 next year and in 2020, and that's it. Okay, that's it for now. I'm going to ask Secretary Boy here to make some preliminary statement about our collaboration. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to be with Secretary Diokno and the DBM. This morning, actually, the Department of Science and Technology is really mandated to carry out research and development and the use and application of technologies that will be useful for many sectors. One of them would be our own government agencies, the others would be the business sector, and of course the different communities that we are serving. In this particular case, we have actually sort of volunteered our collaboration with the DBM in coming up with a system or using the technologies that we have already used to monitor specific projects. We know that DBM is in charge of monitoring government assets, and it is also mandated to monitor the progress and completed outputs of all projects. So in this particular case, this is really requiring some geospatial technologies to really see what's happening on the ground. Okay? And so we have proposed that we use the LiDAR technology. This is the light detection and ranging technology, which we started to use when we had a program on preparing hazard maps, okay, for our different river basins in connection with disaster risk reduction. And what is a good result of that is not only the maps and the building of capability, but we have actually engaged different universities all over the country. It was done by UP, Genetic Engineering Department, but in the process, some 15 other universities were involved, and we have built capabilities in these universities. So I'm sure that in this project, we will be able to take advantage of the expertise that have been developed over those years we were implementing the DREAM project. Thank you.
Thank you, Boy. At this point, I'm going to call on USEC Lilia to give you a briefing on what is Project Time. Okay, so this is one way of including science in budgeting. Thank you.
Secretary Ben, Diokno, and Secretary Boy de la Pena, and members of the region. Thank you very good morning, everyone. We're very proud now to launch a so-called Project Time. DIME means Digital Imaging for Monitoring and Evaluation. The major objectives of this project is to monitor high-value government projects by comparing fund utilization vis-a-vis physical accomplishments or results-based, to identify priority programs or projects to be monitored in coordination with the different budget management bureaus. They're around here, the directors of this PMB, giving emphasis on top spending agencies like DPWH and DOTR for the build projects, DepEd and DOH. We will use digital data and imaging technology in monitoring programs and projects pursuant to a MOA with between DBM and DOST shared in May 2017. The specific objectives, of course, as mentioned by the two secretaries, is to utilize the DOST developed technologies and expertise on data acquisition and management to be used in DBM's monitoring of government projects. Then we created a DBM DOST committee that directed and sought proposals and evaluated submitted proposals pertaining to projects covered by this program. And then to show the cost effectiveness of technology intervention in DBM's project management. This gave the birth of Project Time. And in fact, we have this logo depicting the primary thrust of Project Time as represented by remote sensing technologies as tools in tracking the status of government programs and projects as against their fund utilization. It illustrates the sphere, so it's a sphere or a dime. Sphere reflecting the whole of government approach in the country. The hand, if you will notice there's a hand there, to which it projects the team and members of the project in charge of the overall monitoring of government projects and programs, which can be reached by all means, whether land, sea, or air. The technologies that we are talking about are as follows. We have the LiDAR, which is light detection and ranging. It's a remote sensing method that uses light pulses to generate precise three-dimensional information about the shape of the Earth and its surface characteristics. We have the satellites, which can cover larger areas than the LiDAR and can capture imageries or changes on the surface of the Earth, best used to monitor physical infrastructure projects like the roads, the buildings, the bridges. We have drones, that's very popular among the millennials. Drones which cover only smaller area coverage compared to the LiDAR. We also will use data transformation into a geographic information system format, and we will use the Open Roads platform. It is an open source application, cloud hosting setups, and some associated web-based license services to enable the geospatial tracking of road projects and network maps. Open Roads has been donated by it's a World Bank project, and it is designed to leverage highly scalable data collection innovations from satellite and smartphone sources. We have this Open Roads Geo Store, which is a fully open source application to manage image geotagging. The vision of this was to allow citizens to collect geotag data, photos and tracks, and upload them to a web platform that would allow greater transparency, so citizens can also join. Geotagging is a way of storing location data with your photos, allowing you to place your photos on the exact location on a map. Process of adding geographical information to various media in the form of metadata. And this data usually consists of latitude and longitude coordinates. So it specifies where the project really is. So they can also, and it can also include altitude, bearing distance, accuracy data, and place names. So a combination of all of this, we applied to a pilot implementation under NIA with the major objectives of irrigation network services. We have this restoration, repair, and maintenance of a national irrigation system, and restoration, repair, and maintenance of a communal irrigation system. And for DENR, MFO number 2, Ecosystem Management Service, Forest Development, Rehabilitation, and Protection, and a clonal nursery and production. So these are the choices we have, and because of this, we did, next slide please. We created task forces for the use of this DDI program or NGP. An office order was created, was issued number 593 in August of 2017, and the National Irrigation System and Communal Irrigation System Office Order 592 dated August 23, 2017, and a desk review of Health Facilities Enhancement Program. These are several facts and findings and recommendations of the National Greening Program, and in the interest of time, maybe you can just read it and give it to you. And the use of technology is something like this. Now, in the National Greening Program, you know that it's the planting of trees and everything, and we wanted to evaluate whether the number of trees are really slight before that. There was a comparison before, back. There was a comparison that when you use technology, they specified, there is a, I cannot read it. The technology, when used, was able to estimate 972 trees, while when they put people in the field, they were able to count 985. So you see the difference is very small using technology. So why do we have to send people there and count trees, where in fact we can use technology to count these trees? And this is the reason why we are convinced that with the use of technology, we will be able to monitor projects like this. And the DOST already have maps and images. Okay. Maps and images like this one. It's available in DOST. And their next sample. Okay, and these are the red. The red represents the trees that were already planted and have grown. Actually, their technology also gives analytics. Okay, so it provides analytics to our team in the project monitoring division or group, and they will be able to analyze projects like this. Now, in the irrigation, again, these are the facts and findings and recommendations. And irrigation data also are available in the DOST. Next slide, like this. So, is there irrigation present in this area? So, again, it's an application that was developed by DOST, and they give us these maps, they give us these images. So, this is an example of an image wherein there is unmaintained irrigation canal. So, these are the things where task forces will have to look at this data, which is available in DOST, assisted, DBM being assisted by DOST, and the schools where the where the project is can assist DBM with the regional offices also in DBM. Next slide, please. Now, the Health Facilities Enhancement Program did not use the digital technology, but they did some desk review. And of course, desk review also gives us facts, findings, and recommendations. And desk reviews also generate something like dashboards. Okay, so these pilot findings that we had will give us learnings that it is a combination of desk reviews with digital imaging technologies. Because we cannot do away also with dashboards like this in order to tell us in the health and facilities management, only desk reviews, but we were not able to validate using images. But a combination of this will improve the evaluation of the projects we have. Next slide, please. The three projects took us 5 months in getting these observations. And therefore, because our task forces were convinced of such methodology, we presented to MANCOM or EXECOM the suggested priority programs for monitoring in 2018. And last MANCOM, these projects were approved. And the bureaus, we have 6 bureaus, and 6 bureaus will be in charge of 2 projects each, except Bureau E, wherein there were small projects that will have to be monitored, not because it's big amounts, but because of some other objectives. Maybe the secretary would say something about those. So you will notice that DPWH is here, the OTR is here for their some of their build projects, DOH, DSWD for the conditional cash transfers, DepEd for the basic education facilities, CHED, NIA, we will continue with the irrigation system project because the pilot one was passed. Now we will deal with the present budgets that they were able to get. NIA, DND, the AFP modernization program, the ILG, DA. So most of these big spending departments will be now monitored in 2018 using the technologies that we have presented. And okay, so we will have this list, and the directors will now be aware that these are the projects that they will monitor. And the next steps is to assign organic, we have a bureau in charge of this monitoring and evaluation. And some of them are AIM graduates to which they can use now what they learned insofar as the results-based monitoring program. And because of this project, we will create positions to augment our technical expertise in the use of the digital data and imaging technologies. And of course, in the presence of our dear secretary from DOST, it is encouraged that there should be close coordination with PSURD, which is under the DOST, on the DDIT services and products. They deem relevant, taking into consideration the nature of the programs and projects. And the DOST staff capacity building training proposal needs to be discussed further with DOST counterpart in view of some considerations such as subject matters to be covered, implementation schedule, venue, and among others. And we will coordinate with DOST on recruitment and other relevant activities. So this is all about project time, and we're very happy of this milestone in this department. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Lilia. So you might want to ask, what's the relevance of this to one? I think this approach will quicken the implementation of projects, and it also will, in a way, reduce the wastage in the project, because now we will know exactly whether the projects are being done and the speed at which they are being done. Okay? So no more ghost projects as a result of this, because we don't have to send people up there the mountain to monitor, because we can just see them through satellite or through the other technologies. Okay? Now we're open for questions. Who wants to start? Yes, sir.
Secretary Warren, because my name is again. Sir, how much is this going to cost?
Not that very expensive.
Actually, we're using existing funds now, and the DOST is not charging us. So far in the pilot project, because we're using technologies that are already present. Now, maybe it can cost us when we will ask the OST to update. Like for instance, their data on the greening and the irrigation was way back 2016. So we will have to ask them to update. And I think we have not done pencil pushing on the cost, but because of the presence of the schools, which the OST, it will be very minimal insofar as updating the data. And maybe Secretary Boy will have to tell you if it will be on their own budget. See, I mean, this is really a cooperation between two departments.
If it's a continuation of the research, we can still fund it.
Plus, to institutionalize this, we plan to recruit technical people and we will deploy them to our regions. So maybe additional 2-3 people per region, because the technology is already available. So we just need to hire people who knows the technology, and they're already trained. Okay?
From GMA.
Welcome back.
So long naman. Sir, ano lang, by your study, mga gano'n po ba kadami yung budget that is wasted through corruption? And that's why we need this kind of technology.
Alam mo, mahirap mag-compute lang eh. Paano rin yung prostitution, yan ang mahirap talaga. Kasi underground sila. But there's an estimate like, this is not validated, about 25% by some studies. But I don't want to give some numbers. But there are some, could you show the numbers on the table where we want to cover? There's a lot of money there, like DepEd, about 100 billion for their program. Yung third to the last table. This will be the coverage of our 2018 monitoring. Okay? 28 funding. You see the last column there? Basic education, 105.9. These are classrooms. So we can monitor whether the classrooms are really being built. Okay? And irrigation also. Where's irrigation there? 28 billion. Okay. Oops. They're under NIA. You see NIA, irrigation, 28 billion. So these are the things that we will closely monitor. Okay? Of course, yung DPWH is understated yan. The budget of DPWH is close to 600 billion. So we can monitor now all the projects. Okay? And in fact, citizens can make use of this also, access the information, and they can in fact give us feedback, right? And so we know exactly whether the roads are being built and the quality of the roads. Okay?
Sir, may present po kanina yung NIA. It was very fast, pero may 4.7 billion. Tapos dun sa graph, wala namang nangyaring improvement. Am I right? So, kung halimbawa, ma'am, based on that, ibig sabihin ko ba nabulsa yung 4 billion?
Actually, well, the samples lang yung binigay namin images sa inyo, which is 2016 images. So if we update those images, then maybe we can do more analytics on that.
The irrigation.
Yung greening is...
So now every agency is warned to
Yes.
submit actual real report. No more fake reports.
Yes.
Because we can monitor them.
Yeah, we will validate. And to add to this, even we can also validate whether their activities, like procurement activities, are slow. Because sometimes agencies report that they have already completed 60% of the project. So we will validate if it is really 60% of the project. So we can do that even remotely and using the help of the DOST technologies.
Could you show the HPEP help? The help. Yeah, because here the report is that they are doing hindi ba daw HPEP? Ito is right. Yeah, because it is. Okay. Yeah, they said they're being disbursed, but if you look at the numbers, they're not being disbursed. More than half are undisbursed. Okay? So now we can monitor whether they're telling the truth or not. Because I usually ask them, how is it going? And they said, oh, it's doing well, right? But without knowing this is the situation on the ground. Okay?
And the recommendation, sir, that, well, the Bureau recommendation is not to provide funding for 2019 because it's slow. So things like this will help decision making.
Sir, last. Sir, accountability. What if halimbawa nakita ninyo after 5 months? Are you going to hold them accountable? Iiyakan ba sila sa ombudsman?
No, we will report this to the president. We have, we plan to hold cabinet meetings every other week. Hindi na nga monthly cabinet president every other week. And we can report this to the president. And then eventually, if there's a case, we can give to the ombudsman.
Hi, sir. Sir, you mentioned, I think 2 projects under yung airports and the commuter railway. I think, sir, is there a plan to expand the coverage to all priority projects under DBP, and what would be the repercussion if ever kunwari na-monitor nyo nga rin, sir, na mabagal?
Yeah, these are the projects covered under this project, but we are going to monitor all the 75 major projects. All the 75. Pero pwede rin namin silang subject to this. Mas madali naman to it, ba? So, ano ba nakalagay dito? Construction, access road leading to seaports and airports. Madami yan. Madaming seaports and airports yan. For example, I know there are 2 airports that will be finished this year. Okay? Yung sa buwan. That will be done sometime in July this year. And there's another one, I think San Vicente in Zambales, in Palawan also. Maraming na rin. We have a monthly report on the competition for progress. Okay. But this one, real time to it. This is real time. You don't need to ask for a report. Makikita talaga.
Mr. Guillermo, list of suggested projects, pero is it possible to cover all of these?
Pwede. Isang satellite ko. Kaya kumadami. You just have to be selective.
You mentioned that for big projects, usually these are also covered by official development assistance, and maybe this can be given priority because whenever we get delayed here or we cannot finish on time, there are certain penalties.
In fact, the World Bank and ADB has its own monitoring way. Kasi any delay, we incur what we call commitment fees. Plus, we do not tolerate delays.
Sir, question. I'm gonna speak. Considering what's happening now, yung sa Smartmatic, cheating, hacking, this is an open source program, and as much as it is free, and what safeguards have you done so that it cannot be hacked? It can be hacked. Another is considering how technology works and upgrades are made, although it was asked earlier, ang bilis ng technology, ang bilis na, not just in data, but also security updates, upgrades, hardware. Is this actually sustainable? Not just for this administration, but mag-system na siya. Kasi you're hiring people. Mamaya, after the Duterte administration, bago may EO, wala na yung mga tao, wala na silang training. So how sustainable is this, and how will it be implemented? And you mentioned that there's also citizen access. How can the citizen access this, and how secure will it be?
You raise a lot of questions. So
Sorry.
I will leave it to the to the specialist to answer that. But as far as the Duterte administration, I think this is the most cost-effective way of monitoring projects. Okay, so we are committed to do this. What happens after that, I cannot answer for that. But boy, I mean, sa hacking, what can we do on the hacking?
Well, in the case of projects like that, what I remember, I had sat in the Economic Advisory Council before I retired. I am a returning public official. Is that there is actually a time given in preparation for the elections that everybody is welcome to attempt to hack, because that is really parang the test, ano? And there are usually groups that register because there are also certain conditions. They have to register, identify themselves, and yeah. So I guess that was followed, but we still have to find out, because shall we say, the statements on fraud, they have to be, I think, supported. They have to be proven.
How about for this?
Because otherwise, if this is, I was just thinking this morning, what if the project or the contract will be cancelled? Do you think we can still catch up with automation in 2019 if we will start the process of procurement again? I doubt, because it usually takes them more than 1 year. Now, with respect to the continuity of this, I guess this is what I can say. I'm an optimist, ano? And I have seen that, sabi nga nila sa gobyerno, kahit alisin mo lahat yung nando sa taas, basta okay yung nasa ibaba, the civil service works well, these things will continue. And it's important to really, number one, be very good at recruitment and selection, be good at human resource development, and also provide the necessary incentives.
May I answer? I will like to answer. Actually, in so far as sustainability is we will institutionalize it in the various bureaus. And these projects, the first projects that we will monitor, are selected by these bureaus with certain criteria. And then it will be a regular process insofar as the bureaus are concerned. The bureaus now work only on giving budgets to the agencies that they are after. Now they will be more empowered to do monitoring of projects by using these technologies. Now the technologies that we provide them are outputs that are not open to the public. Yung open roads lang ang open to the public. But these tools will only be used by our own people, not by the public. Yung open roads naman, that open roads projects was donated to us by World Bank with all of the users test, application testing, hacking, because that's in the website openroads.gov.ph. Now DPWH is already using that, and that is where public can look at it for open roads. But the other technologies that we are providing here are only to be used by DBM. Well, to make it web-based and for use by the public, we will really surely say that we will see to it that it's not hacked, see to it that the data there is still complete and not false data.
Any other questions? Yes, Mario.
Secretary Fortunato, regarding, perhaps you can give us an estimate of the cost of these projects under LiDAR and satellite imaging, just so we have a reference. for what you're donating to the DBM?
No, this project actually, the Dream project has been concluded already. And this is also one of the reasons why the universities who are involved are really trying to come up with, generate new project proposals because they have to continue the research work that they have, for which the capability has been built. But I would easily say that in the period that it was implemented, maybe it's about less than ₱1 billion over the 3 or 4 years that it was implemented.
Will there be additional costs to upgrade the capabilities?
Yeah. But the advantage here is that the human resources needed are already there. Unlike before when we still had to start from, I'm really very pleased about this project with DBM because sometimes we feel frustrated that we have developed the technologies, but it really takes a lot of effort to convince adopters. And here is DBM, which was one of the first to make use of this outside of the usual environment, natural resources group. I also would like to venture that there will be more opportunities here, particularly now that we have started the research and development program on artificial intelligence, and this is probably for the benefit also of DBM, that there are other departments who have actually taken the initiative after we have briefed them on the technologies available. For example, the Department of Public Works has now partnered with us, and they are sharing out some money so that we can procure the needed facilities, instrumentation, to monitor the health of critical infrastructure like bridges and public buildings that are heavily populated, because this is also in preparation for, this is disaster risk reduction if earthquakes occur. And one of the best models also that I can mention is the Department of Health. Of course, we were not involved in any research in Baksha, but we are doing a lot of research for them. We are even volunteering that if there is any research needed at these states, we can support it for that particular issue. I just would like to introduce, shall we say, the champion of the LiDAR technology in our country, Dr. Eric Paringit, who is here. Professor of Genetic Engineering at the UP College Engineering. He managed the whole program from start to end. Ilang taon yun? 5 years. Hindi ko alam kung tama yung sinabi ko 1 billion.
Including all the state universities and colleges that participated, about 2 billion. 2 billion. Kung developed ako 16 universities.
16 or 15?
16 po ang
UP plus 15 other state universities. So the manpower is there, the human resources are there. Sayang nga hindi nagagamit. So we're using them to, again, the budget has increased exponentially since 10 years ago, our budget. And we need to think of new ways of monitoring projects. Say that's the limited funds. Yes, sir.
From PTV4 po. So for 2018 monitoring, we're going to use 2016 information.
No.
We will have to update first po.
Update, and then we'll use 2018 information.
So how often do we need to update or upgrade? How often are you planning to update or upgrade the information?
Eric, siguro. Ako nagsasagot sir. Pwede ko ngayong mag-folder.
You can
Good morning po sa lahat. Ako po si Eric Parini. The Department of Science and Technology has invested in a lot of related technology
technologies that can be used for monitoring and evaluation of various projects by the government. Nabanggit na po kanina yung LiDAR technologies that were put in place for 5 years up to last year. Tapos po, of course, nandiyan din po yung Microsoft program, no? And then, we also have subscriptions to satellite data on an almost real-time basis. No? So, ang mangyayari, under the program, we actually have a fresh acquisition of new satellite data every month. So, ibig pong sabihin nito, halos buwan-buwan nakikita na natin yung progress ng mga road construction, bridges, infrastructure, schools, irrigation. So, that will be sort of the refresh rate. Nabanggit po kanina ni Secretary de la Pena yung paggamit ng data analytics at artificial intelligence. Yung pong technology na yun ang gagamitin natin para po ma-analisa itong mga napakalaking data na makukuha natin. It's overwhelming. Actually, we're swimming in practically an ocean of data that almost overwhelms us. Ano? So, gagamit tayo ng ganitong klaseng teknolohiya para ngayon malaman kung using machine learning, kung ito bang mga ipinangakong gagawin, nagagawa on time. Ganun po yung nagiging konsepto. Napakita na po kanina sa screen kung, halimbawa, nangyari ba yung isang segment ng isang irrigation canal, tama po ba yung grade ng elevation na in-apply para sa isang road construction. So, ganun po yung pamamaraan natin. And it's a continuous process kasi po continuous naman po din yung acquisition ng data.
So every month, sir?
Halos every month po kaya
Hello, Eric, we can mention that in the presentation of Yusek Guillermo, there was a mention of LiDAR, satellite, and drones. No? So, yan yung satellite na sinasabi ni Dr. Paringit. And actually, pwede naman i-specify lang nila kung alin yung gusto nilang area matingnan because that, di ba, the microsatellite, when it passes through that area, can capture.
Yes.
We have already built the necessary facility and capabilities for the receiving data from satellites.
And in addition po, yung kung kanina kasi may paraming panungtutod na sa cost, take note po na ito pong technologies na ito, hindi lang po gagamitin for this project. Take note that we've also, DOST also engaged, of course, with DPWH, with DNR, with other agencies for the use of this data to meet their own purposes. Like ngayon po, nagpag-ugnayan tayo sa Mines and Geosciences Bureau para po i-update yung kanilang geohazards map using the data and the information products that we've already developed. So, kumbaga, multiple use po yung mga products and technologies na build na natin sa DOST. So, parang sulit naman siya kasi multiple use and not just, and it's not just for monitoring and evaluating projects.
Nangyayari ba talaga yung mga projects na yun. So in effect, we gain a lot by doing away with ghost projects.
But sir, no, apart sir from manpower cost, updating of the technology itself would also have, I know it's cost effective, but how much would that cost kaya to update every year?
Dr. Paringit, kasi when you say updating of the technology, it also depends on our requirements. Ano? If this technology is enough for our current needs, no? Ito na, but if there are new needs that we have to address, we have to update.
It's an expanding effort po, but I think when we began with developing the capability to receive satellite data, I think we started with something like 200 million just to put up the ground station and then the annual subscription to the satellite images. That's what, as far as I know. But the good thing about it is that the data analytics capabilities, the image processing, and change detection algorithms, ano na po yun, sarili na po kakayahan ng ating mga scientists and engineers. So doon po tayo medyo nakakasulit kasi we've already built the capability. In most cases po, in most of the offerings po kasi ng countries with that sort of capability, with their sort of package it na, yung image kasama na pati yung capability to detect whatever that you want, no? Pero sabi namin, no, we just want the raw data. We can process the data by ourselves so that we can analyze it the way we need it for certain specific applications. So, malaking bagay po. And then on the part po kasi ng DBM, yung nasasabi ko kanina na we are also going to build their capabilities. This is in terms of trying to apply or trying to use the information products that we develop. Kasi hindi na naman namin sila tuturuan kung paano mag-process ng raw satellite data or something like that. But rather, it's telling them, ito yung location ng kanilang project. At these are indicators of the completeness, the level of activity that's been going on for a certain place. Actually, we started off by advising DBM na lahat sana ng mga projects, whether ongoing or proposed, naka-geotag na lahat eh. Para everywhere in the Philippines, alam na natin na ito, may projects ongoing dito. And as far as sana makikita from the sky, no? Of course, kung what's going on inside the lab or what's going on inside the buildings, medyo hindi na natin makikita. But most infra projects, most projects that deal with development, makikita naman from the outside.
Ilan natin, Eric, na in all our projects, we also take advantage of, for example, our scholars, no? Kasi we support science and technology scholars. DBM is supporting us with that. And many of them, when they do their dissertations, actually work on new things that can really be very, useful.
Sir? Sir, so we're going to start with the priority, the list. Pero there are a lot of projects talaga, include na sir pati sa mga LGUs. And yun ang talaga madami sir na kung ghost project. So, is there going to be a point na pati yun i-expand na to cover everything that involves the people's money?
Actually, yung aming 15 universities that where we build capability are busy marketing their expertise to the LGUs. Of course, siyempre, yung mga LGUs who can afford, but some can really afford.
Would the LGU want that? Ma-monitor yung mga...
Some, siguro depending